Yo, what's up? This video has been brought to you by Card Kingdom. Yo, what's up, everybody? As you know, we are going to now make a tier list out of all of the anime art styles from Jumpstart 2022. Now, this is kind of wild because there's going to be 31 of these things, so we're going to kind of just have to go through this. And just some notes before we go through this whole video. Let's go and break down how I'm going to rate these anime arts. Up first, we've got Arlen of the Pack, right? So this card actually looks pretty solid. It's pretty decent. I mean, it looks like the art in it is very well done. I really like the way the dog looks, the way Arlen looks. They've really done a good job of showing Arlen's love for wolves and whatnot. And this is really giving me like kind of a maybe even To Your Eternity vibes and things like that. So I think I'd probably put this somewhere at the B area. I'd love to see a season of this. Like, if you look at the artwork, you can expect it to be like a lot of heartbreak and like a lot of sag along the way. You know, the dog might die, and I don't know. I have to be in a mood to probably watch this. So we have the next card, Arrest. Now, Arrest as an art itself just looks like I don't know, this kind of looks like exactly what a generic like high fantasy looking anime would look like, and the show itself doesn't exactly like the art itself. I don't think I'd watch a show of this. Like, this just seems like something I'd get bored of pretty quick, something I'd probably like play Marvel Snap to, or like, I love anime style art, but this just feels so generic. Like, it doesn't exactly evoke that much emotion for me. It doesn't like make me feel excited. It doesn't make me more hyped to see the world that it's involved in, the high fantasy elements of it. It really is just like, it feels like the 50th isekai that's come out in the season. Up next, though, is Balon the Wandering Knight. Now, this card has it. Okay, I'm not just talking like anime. I mean, I just, this artwork makes me want to make a deck out of it, right? Like, I want a commander deck for this, just because the idea of hitting somebody with a cat girl, right? So I'm dropping this in an A. So Balon the Wandering Knight looks like just exactly like a show that I would definitely want to throw up, and it seems like it'd have a pretty good first season. Up next, we've got Cold Steel Heart. This does look it looks very cold. It looks extremely frosty. It looks like if Kaldheim had an anime mixed in with like Final Fantasy. And if the Final Fantasy artwork of like, you know, whatever it is going to end up being a Secret Lair, a Universes Beyond, if it looks anything like this, it definitely does a good job. I really like this Cold Steel Heart and the way it just turns out. But like, it itself does feel like I probably somewhere around a B. This is one of those shows where the artwork itself does feel a little safe, and the show itself looks like it's going to be a little bit safe. So this is the artwork from it, like, would I want to watch an anime on this? I'd probably watch it after I caught up on like Balon's Wandering Adventures, or, you know, I died and was reborn as a cat girl knight or something. That's what we'll call Balon's series, or Balon. Up next, we have Diabolic Edict. So Diabolical Edict, I just like looking at this artwork. It looks pretty cool. I'm not exactly sure like what's going on. It looks like a robot's getting disassembled by some like mob hands. This is definitely like in a scene right before you meet the villain of the series. And it looks kind of dark, and it looks like a series that is a little bit more along the lines of like, let's just go with Studio Trigger. The color palette's really nice. I love the way like it's colorful, it's dark, it's brutal. I think I kind of like love this artwork, and I can't imagine what this card would look like if it were foil. If you, of course, if you read the flavor text, mere death brings me no pleasure. Pleasure comes from watching fools scratch and claw to save their wretched lives from the inevitable. Like, yo, Ob Nixilis said that, dude. That's badass. I'm on board with this. I think what really wins me over is the color palette. This just seems like a dark anime I would love to see lots and lots of seasons of. Definitely the kind where you maybe not want to watch this with kids because it could be gory. Maybe a little more along the lines of like if Berserk or like whatever dark animes you want to like throw in there, done by like Studio Trigger. And it's all just because the color palette. It's a very visceral image, and it's beautiful. It's so colorful. It's like these demon hands are using your blood and guts to paint the floor. However, take that however you will. Next one is a green card. This artwork looks pretty cool. It doesn't... Okay, I don't know what it is. And it is a lot like anime. Sometimes in anime, there's lots of things that are like, hey, this is a 3,000-year-old dragon. That doesn't look like a 3,000-year-old dragon. That's not what I would imagine a 3,000-year-old dragon would look like. But Elvish Rejuvenator looks like a vampire. Like this art, like I think the art's cool. Like it's in touch with the trees and the land and all of that stuff, right? Which it's meant to be. Like I get that the artwork does that for me. But like it looks kind of oddly like the Castlevania anime on Netflix. The long white hair doesn't give me. It doesn't, and the nose and the pointiness of the jaw. This does not feel like an elf. This feels way more like a vampire, and so because of that. And the artwork that it is, I think it's just like kind of generic. And I don't even know, like the anime itself that would go with this is definitely like an isekai kind of thing. And I'm getting, as you can tell, I'm probably a little down on isekais, but like this just doesn't look like an elf. And artwork wise, this doesn't exactly make me want to see a ton of seasons of it. It just looks kind of generic. I'm going on to the next one, Emancipation Angel. All right, so this one, Emancipation Angel, looks a lot like Digimon art. It's got like the classic angelic anime style look. It feels very much so just like, it looks very anime, but almost like a little too, again, generic. It's like there's nothing about this angel that makes it stand out from like another anime angel. I like the levitating sword. You know, actually, it went from generic to like, okay, maybe I'd watch this. I'd watch a few episodes. I'd give this a try. I would give this an honest try. Watch like 1 to 5 episodes and see if I drop it after that. And I think what wins me over is really that sword. I guess I really am just a sucker for a cool looking sword. Huh. All right. I would give this 3 episodes. I'd watch that. Up next, we've got Feast on the Fallen. So Feast on the Fallen, it itself as an artwork, this one just feels, I don't know, this just looks like an anime style kind of like, you know, like Kingdom. There's definitely animes that have done that. It gives me a little bit of like Kaminari Iron Fortress vibes as well. But it looks grittier. I like the grit on the art. I like the way the grainy, like the grays, the black, and all of that like are in this card. This artwork kind of just hits perfectly in the middle area. Just not doing it for me. The artwork also doesn't really make me feel the intensity of the moment. And I don't know. This just seems okay. It seems okay. Now, up next is Karn Liberated. Karn Liberated actually looks pretty darn sweet. But the one thing here is the artwork that I can't just get away from is this kind of looks like the SpongeBob anime like video that I saw on YouTube like a year or two back. And ever since I saw that, this Karn looks like the Squidward from the SpongeBob anime short. And through that, like that made me love this even more. I would watch multiple seasons of Karn Liberated, whatever this anime is, just because I would love to see what this robotic dude would do, or this robotic creature being would do in life, right? I'd love to see it progress through life, see what it, like, you know, watch it slowly become human, try to learn how to be human. Like, you know, a little bit of like a Violet Evergarden, you know, like that kind of show. Like, does, you know, the AI, the robot wants to learn how to be a human being, that kind of story. I get the intensity. This is like the moment where Karn finally feels like he learned how to finally feel emotion, how to like show emotion in his gestures and in the way he is to his comrades. This artwork feels like just that big successful moment in the anime. You know, they have found the One Piece. They've gathered the 20 Sukuna fingers. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm here for. It comes off in the artwork. I love this. Give me a movie. Give me multiple seasons. I would watch the hell out of this. So the next card is Kasmina, Enigmatic Mentor. And this artwork is gorgeous. I think it truly captures the, you know, the spellcastery, the wizard like, you know, effect of what, you know, Kasmina's doing. I love her tomes. I love, like, you know, the blue scriptures and writing floating in the air. Like she's practicing an incantation. This seems great. The one thing I wish that was a little bit better in this artwork was that we got to see some form of like wizards and like in the background, because she does like kind of poop them out, right? But like the fact that she's practicing this incantation, it really gets the passive across, and she kind of seems like she'd come across as a pretty cool part of like, you know, any kind of high fantasy like anime, like along maybe even in the same party as being reborn as a wandering cat knight, aka the Balan Knight. I give Kasmina an A. Now, up next is Lord of the Accursed. So you look at Lord of the Accursed. Yo, this is dope. This artwork, oh my god, the colors cut through. I love everything about like whatever this red ribbon that's like flowing in the background, this like this light that's going on in the background, her glowing bright red eyes, her lifeless pale skin, all of that, right? It looks good. It looks really good, and it appeals to my edgelord heart. But what the hell, anime? Like, oh, that's an elf. Oh, that's a 3,000-year-old dragon. This doesn't look like a zombie, like at all. Like I know that in animes, like sometimes they'll like just have glowing red eyes. I've seen that, but that's also been a thing for just vampires, right? So this artwork, though, I absolutely love this artwork. I think it's really gorgeous. I don't know if this is like one of those things where it's just like it looks like a solid B to me, actually. Like I would watch it because I feel like it'd be a lot of fun, but it just doesn't look like a zombie. It's fun. It looks like it could be pretty badass, but like this just doesn't look like a zombie, and that's something that just keeps eating at my brain, if you would. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Like, let me know in the comment section. Like, does you know, the Elvish Rejuvenator, do these look like the types that they're meant to be? Like Elvish Rejuvenator doesn't seem elvish. Lord of the Accursed, especially for a zombie lord, doesn't feel like a zombie lord. Doesn't look like a zombie. She just feels more like a necromancer, which is like fine. Up next is a card that is painful. It is painful. This is going to be the first D on this entire tier list. It's Magnifying Glass. And I honestly hate to give this, like, slam this card that much, but like, look at it. Magnifying Glass looks like exactly where you'd find like a bootleg like, you know, like bootleg anime style playmat where it just, the artwork is like, hey, draw an anime girl and just put it on there. And it's just like, okay, sure. Would not watch this. This seems like a terrible series. This feels like an X-Arm. This feels like, you know, any of those shows. Up next, we've got Marrow Rejury. This card is sick. This artwork is like Fish Daddy. Yeah, daddy of the fish daddy. This feels like a lord. You know what I mean? Other merfolk creatures definitely get +1/+1 from this card. Let's go with that. And I look at the merfolk in the background. This is what I mean. This artwork is S because it perfectly captures exactly what you want to see, right? There's merfolk in the background. There's even like all three of them in the back. One's cheering this fish daddy on. The other one's swooning, looks like it's going to fall over. The middle one in between in the background is like, I just want to grow up and be just like him or them. You know, like this card is, dude, this one is the fabulous one. It's gonna, you know, for sure, whatever animes, and like this is gonna be one where Fish Daddy is gonna talk a lot like Pegasus in the Yu-Gi-Oh show. Oh, hello, my other merfolk. How are you today? I'm here for Fish Daddy the anime. I'd watch multiple seasons. I'd have a towel of this. I'd have no shame in wearing. I'd have a figure of this. Up next is Mirror Image. So Mirror Image is a lot of colors. It's a lot of blue. On top of that, it's got a blue background. It perfectly has the blue and red. That's the one thing I walked away with. This is blue, red, and white. I really like the whole like twin like mirror image thing. It looks cool. It definitely feels like this is the school festival episode. Like, hey, come on! Even though we're in a whole nother dimension, we've still got a high school festival to throw on, you know? And like, unfortunately, as beautiful as the art is, this artwork feels kind of boring. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know if maybe I'm a bit jaded as an elder weeb, but like, this just feels like, I don't know if I could go like through any more school festivals unless there's a lot to enjoy. Although they look like they could be fox spirits. So like, maybe I'd give this a shot, actually. I'd give this one a shot. Never mind. I lied. I don't know what the series would be about. Probably like like one of the like a regular copy and a clone copy and like, you know, the clone is trying to just figure out if it's real and if it deserves to be there. You know what? This anime could probably be really dark and have a lot of like wonderful like self like analyzation, a lot of just soul searching involved, and I feel like I would probably relate more with the clone than anything else, while the original copy, it feels like this anime would totally be one where you would love the clone copy more than the original copy. So yeah, hell yeah, I'd watch a few episodes of this. I'd give it a shot. Sign me up. That's a B. Up next, we've got Oathsworn Vampire. Now, Oathsworn Vampire looks just like every thirsty, like if a vampire is drawn, you know it's going to look fabulous. This looks like a vampire. This feels like a vampire. Look at those claws. Look at the cloak he's got. It's draping. This is beautiful. This artwork is definitely what a vampire is. It screams sexy. It has all of that, right? Like he's looking, yeah, that's a daddy, right? That's a daddy. Unfortunately, it's attached to a card. That kind of sucks, but like it itself looks good. It looks good. I feel, though, this is definitely one of those ones that's going to fall in line of like a lot more of like dancing on the line of like, please just kiss. Every character looks like they'll be just almost about to kiss. Like Supernatural or something like that, but an anime and full of vampires. Which actually is like every vampire anime, except for like Hellsing, I think. So maybe that's generic. That is generic, right? That's like a generic vampire anime. Like I watch like, what is it? The Case of Vanitas, all of those. Like every time I watch an anime, I look for a new vampire anime. They always end up being just a bunch of people that look like they're almost going to kiss and just don't quite do it, but the artwork always looks good, the animation looks amazing, and they'll have some awesome transformation scenes, but generic. Up next, Ogre Slumlord. Now, Ogre Slumlord, this card actually, it's all ogre. This card definitely looks like an ogre. This feels, I think I'm actually going to rate this one highly, because although it's an ogre, it definitely feels like a demon from, like, you know, in Yu Yu Hakusho. Like, I feel like you would see this Ogre Slumlord in the Dark Tournament. This is definitely a badass artwork. I love how within all the black, there's a lot of gray, like navy, the colors, a little bit of the, like, you know, glaring, like red eyes in the background. I'm liking this artwork. I'm liking the fangs on him. And he's just, for some odd reason, absurdly ripped. I don't know what his workout regimen is, but I want that. Apparently, training rats makes you buff as hell. So I'm going to look into that. Up next, we've got Peace Walker Colossus. This looks like the B-side of Darling in the Franxx, like the 0-2 battle like mech unit. However, that's not a bad thing. It looks pretty cool. I like me some decent mech animes. I like the all gold, like kind of metallic bronze suit. It looks pretty badass, actually. I think the one thing here is, where is my giant plasma sword? If this had a plasma sword, it would be a B. Actually, yeah, it would be a B. But because it's just kind of golden and has like a horn and a beam coming out of it, not enough. I want a plasma sword. Sorry. Now, up next, so it's a C. It's generic. But Plague Crafter. How do we feel about Plague Crafter? I actually think this Plague Crafter, he feels like the grimy dude, the one that rolls his tongue after he does everything and like plays with his hands. Like, blah, 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 blah. But I like that. And it kind of just fits for what is a Plague Crafter. So I think he looks like he'd be the scummy dude, the one you hate, the one that you know you want dead. And I think the artwork does definitely make me feel like this dude is a Plague Crafter. Looks like I need a new test subject. Any volunteers? Oh, this dude is so scummy. Yeah, this artwork is very, very scummy. And I think I want him to die. Now let's move on to the next one. Preordain. This Preordain is gorgeous. It gives me like Ghibli vibes. I love this. It's so fantasy. The colors are beautiful. In a multiverse of endless possibilities, Amanatu decided to experience them all. This feels like a multiverse card. It looks like a multiverse card. This is A+ art. I love this. Would love a full season of this. So I am on board with this Preordain. Up next. Okay. So up next is a dragon. Now, this is a dragon that... Yeah, it's Rapacious Dragon. That artwork. I feel like if I would watch the series, this is an 18+ series. I don't know what's going on with this dragon, but like, you know what? This dragon is just extremely sweaty. Yeah, it's really sweaty. It's had a good workout. It tasted some really good food, you know? Really good food. Like in Food Wars, you know, when how people have good food in Food Wars? Yeah, this dragon looks a lot like that. This dragon had no need to be this damn thirsty. Like, it looks... Woo! I feel like I don't even know where to put this, because no matter where I put this, YouTube is gonna... Crim, you're being weird, or Crim, you're not being weird enough. Like, so this artwork is... Woo! I'll put it at a B, you know? Like, this is definitely my roommate's anime, and I'm borrowing it, and I would watch it, but it's only because it's theirs. All right, Sage's Reverie. This just... Okay, you know what? I like the weapon. I love me a good weapon. The armor, all right, it actually seems practical. It doesn't seem like it's just like Booba City. And like, you know, like the less... Because in the one thing that's like common in JRPGs, a lot of anime is like, apparently the less you wear, the more armor it is. So in this case, it actually seems practical. I like it. But the armor itself seems kind of generic. Kind of boring. A little too safe. Not enough for me. Again, this is just like, hey, draw me a fantasy knight. Problem solved. All right, so I'm giving that a solid C. Now, the next card is Spectral Sailor. Now, I don't know why it looks like it's a ghost fairy pirate. And of course, she's wearing leggings. You know, and in a school out, like a school sailor out, is a school sailor a thing? Okay, well, a school sailor outfit. She died sailing the 7 seas to meet her, I don't know, on her way to 4th period or something. That is the lore. And oddly enough, this is so absurd that I love it. It leans into what I love in anime, which is like the absurdity of it. Next card is a card I hold near and dear. It's Spell Stutter Sprite. On top of that, this Spell Stutter Sprite looks beautiful because specifically I'm a spellcaster. I love my staffs and things like that. So that staff just looks amazing. It's got that huge crystal or whatever on the side. I like that. I like the pink hair. I like the pale blue like skin. I like how pale this whole like outfit is. And it looks so cold in this artwork. So you know it's a chiller. Up next, Stitcher's Supplier. Now, this card is one that I've been hilariously into since I saw it. It's just like, look how happy it is. Like, this card is absurdly juiced to be just dismembering bodies. It's just like, like yandere vibes and just hacking away. Look at the cleaver. Look at the blood on that. There's just a dangling arm, but it's just like, yo, dude, hey, come on, pull up a seat. Hey, you know what? Don't worry about me. I'm your friend. Come sit down. S tier. Love this. Would follow. Please let this be the main character. Let this be the main character. I don't know. It's like an anime Dexter, an anime You, if you've seen that on Netflix. Next, I did not know this was like even in the set, and then I looked at it again. Thrashing Brontonon. This artwork looks really pretty. The colors are vibrant as hell. I love its fur, its mane, all of that. This looks like a dragon more than like a dinosaur to me. Like, personally, it looks way more like a dragon, and I don't know, the artwork on this one, kind of, I don't know if I want to see the show. So it's going to be in the solid generic area. This is going to get a C from me. Up next is Thrill of Possibility. Reality is always so much duller and grayer than what your imagination can conjure. I like the text on it. I love the artwork. It definitely, like... It evokes a lot of like hype. I can imagine tons of wonderful colors like vibrating throughout this scene as like the character in it dancing and twirling is just sparking up a bunch of things. This definitely feels like oddly closely to like a Vocaloid / J Idol kind of show and whatnot. But at the same time, it seems like it could be fun. I'd give it a shot. Up next, a card I revealed during spoiler season is Tragic Slip. This one is amazing and hilarious. It looks, I don't know what's going on in this, like this game of Magic, but like in Magic, anime girls look like they've died doing the most basic things. You have Spectral Sailor, and now Tragic Slip. It looks like she was running to school. And I think that like this, you know, was mentioned by Richard, and I talked to him. If she were only holding a piece of toast, this artwork would be an S. But because she's not holding a piece of toast, it's an A. She died, she was running to class, she was late, she had toast in her mouth. Well, this one I guess not. So she slipped and died and got minus 1313. Would watch a series of this as she progresses through the afterlife, trying to come back to life. Up next, we gotta blow through these. Sorry, there's so many. Tree of Perdition. Holy hell, this artwork is gorgeous. It is. Look at the blossoms. Look at the tree, the nails on the tree. The branches on the trees are claws. And look at the creepy ghost girl at the end. This hits everything for me. I'm sorry. I want multiple seasons of whatever show this is. It's dark, it's spooky, it's eerie, it's edgelordy. It's got beautiful colors. It's got tree claws. As a fan of horror, this is everything a horror I could ask for. And holy hell, that girl on that art is creepy. Now, Valorous Stance. This seems like a battle anime between a bunch of robotically enhanced, AI enhanced people. Give it a little bit like that cyberpunk Edge Runners vibe. Throw in a few other things, but it's got kind of a pretty intense moment here. It looks like a sweet battle moment, and you know, I kind of like it. This so far has done like the best job of capturing an anime battle on an art like in this set. So I'm here for this. I would watch whatever battle anime this is. Up next, Whirler Rogue. This artwork is beautiful. I just recently caught a little bit of Made in the Abyss movies. I know I've been delayed on that, and I've been told numerous times to watch that. This has a little bit of that, like when it comes to like facial structure and the art, the cheeks, the eyes, all of that. Love the hair, the color, everything in this is just beautiful. Really like the Thopters and everything in this series. It just has like, you know, like ascendancy of the bookworm vibes as well. So throw that on there and a little bit of like, you know, the Tinkerer girl in My Hero, and like I'm on board. I'm on board. This seems like a fun A series. Get me there. Last thing is World Breaker. This card looks beefy. This looks like the end boss of a JRPG. This looks like the end boss of whatever sci-fi anime you're watching. Some weird like creature fest. I love it. It's also in its action shot. It's like paws and mandibles are swinging wide open. It's doing the come at me bro phase. Like, I think this looks like a badass creature to see in an anime. I would love to see it fight things. I'm a creature guy, cool creature designs. I also love horror, and I would love to see this in a horror anime. Put this in a darker tint and whatnot. Throw that in there with a Tree of Perdition anime. Give me multiple series of a Monster of the Week kind of show. I love this World Breaker. It looks badass. It also looks like it could very well also just be in a mech anime. Woo! 31 cards. Let's not have this video go longer. You know, like, let me know what you think. Would you watch these? Like, if these cards had an anime, would you want to see it? Would you want to see these into an anime? Like, the artwork, does it like capture the spirit of anime for you? Like some of them did for me. And like, what are some sweet titles you would name the anime series that goes with the cards on this video? Either way, thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you at the next one. And holy hell. If y'all want more content like this, let me know so this way I can convince Richard that we can put more anime-y Magic stuff, because you wouldn't know this, but Magic has so much anime in it. And I would love to talk to y'all about it. So thanks for watching. Leave a like, a sub, and of course, spread the word. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Peace.